Hello, I'm Michael Sheen, and I am here with Unison to surprise a very special lady. Her name is Aneira Thomas, and she was the very first baby to be born in the NHS. So she shares her birthday with the NHS, 70 this year. And apparently, she has been wanting to meet me for quite a long time. I have definitely been wanting to meet her for a long time, but we haven't been able to work it out. So I've come here to surprise her because she's going to be here today. She has no idea, and I'm going to have a little chat with her. Hopefully she'll be excited. I know I am. So we'll wait and see. Come in. Hello, Aneira.
Oh, hello.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not anything to do with social media.
Oh. Pleased to meet you.
And you. Oh, how are you doing?
We're an item now. Oh, it was a nice surprise.
We worked out a surprise to meet you.
That's wonderful.
We've been trying to meet for a while, haven't we?
From the heart.
Oh,
yes.
So lovely to see you.
Yes, and you.
Ah, come on in.
And thank you for everything you do.
Oh my goodness, not
Yes.
at all. Do you want to come and have a little chat?
Yes, lovely. Thank you.
How would you describe your experience of actually working within it then? Because your relationship with the NHS there's multiple relationships, isn't there? There's the fact that you were born, the first one born into it, the fact that you worked within it yourself, and now that you're the glamorous pin-up girl for it.
Well, this is it, isn't it? You know, waiting for Spielberg to phone now. Anyway.
Yeah.
But she was euphoric about the NHS. And as a child, I didn't understand the significance of it, you know.
Yeah.
And she used to introduce me from being little till I grew up. This is now my national health baby. And I thought, you know, and the name I had, because the doctor and the nurse named me, and they said,
really?
Yes, because I was born 1 minute after midnight.
So I suppose they didn't know who was going to be the first baby. It was like, there must have been lots of pregnant women.
The maternity wards, they must have been watching the clocks around the country.
And so whoever was going to be the first one, boy or girl, was going to get that name one way or another.
Yeah, I wonder.
For instance, if someone had been down the mines and broken their leg, what would happen?
Well, if they could afford to, they'd have gone to a hospital. But I don't suppose my grandfather, he was a widower with 7 little children. So he couldn't afford to go to hospital. So all I can imagine, I remember saying they laid him on the kitchen table and operated on him without anaesthetic. But they must have used ether. Yeah. And Mum lived till she was 95.
Good gosh.
And she used to put her hands to her ears and say, I can hear those screams today, darling.
Oh my God, I bet.
Yeah. Because I read part of Michael Foot's biography of Aneira, you know, and so interesting, and the opposition he fought to get a national health service for Britain.
I mean, people often talk, don't they, about, people say to me, oh, but, you know, it wasn't Bevan, it was Beveridge, it was the Tories. You say, well, yes, but it's one thing to dream it, but it's another thing to do it, to actually be the midwife who brings it to birth. You know, it takes a lot.
Yeah. As I say, actions have consequences. But
I mean, he said, didn't he, we are the dreamers, but he also said we are the builders. He was both the idealist and the visionary, but also the man of practical and making things happen.
With the architect.
And it's hard to explain. I find it's hard to explain to people. You know, I've spent a lot of time in America over the last 15 years or whatever. And to be able to explain to people the difference that it's made to us as a culture and as a society, having the NHS as part of our everyday lives, as opposed to a country like America where they haven't had that. You know, we're very similar in lots of ways, but there is a fundamental thing that is different about our culture, and it's made a massive difference, I think, to the way we just think about ourselves as a community. Well, the sort of the strands of the NHS are woven into every single part of our culture and our society in all kinds of ways, isn't it? So as our culture and society changes, so the NHS has to change. But like you say, everyone has to be singing from the same hymn sheet, don't they?
Somebody asked me the other day, can you think of one word to describe how you feel about the NHS? And I know it was revolutionary. Aneira Bevan was a visionary. And a visionary is a person who thinks about it, but he also makes it happen. But the only thing I could think of was the word safe. I feel safe with the NHS.
I think you're right. You know, the fact that the NHS makes us feel safe when we're in their hands. I mean, it's for us now to try and make sure that it is safe. So I know it's complicated, but I know one thing I feel is that we have to defend the values and the ideals of it, because that's what I think people feel so strongly about, don't they?
And the same moral values stand today. They should stand today as they did in an Iron Bevan
Exactly.
Station.
I mean, as he said, illness is not an indulgence that we should have to pay for, nor is it an offence that we should be penalised for. It is a misfortune, the cost of which should be shared by the community.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
And nobody asks to be sick, do they?
No.
Circumstances change overnight.
And we shouldn't be, how we get treated when we're sick shouldn't be based on our financial situation.
That's right, yes.
As he also said, no society can legitimately call itself civilized if a sick person is refused medical aid because of their means. Just today, I was on the train this morning coming up from Wales, and I was reading about, there was I guess a 13-year-old girl who was, I suppose, the first person to be treated by the NHS.
There's a picture of her in Manchester.
Right, okay. And I was reading that, that she had said that an Iron Bevan had come to see her at some point. Not on the day, I don't think, but at a later point. And that he said to her, you know, did she realise the significance of, you know, being the first person ever treated in the NHS? And she said, and he said to me, this is the most civilised thing that any country has ever done.
Make her cry.
And that, on the train, just started crying.
Yeah. There are, same as me. And because I was thinking, why am I crying? But I think I'm crying with gratitude.
Yeah, and that we did it.
Yes.
This has happened. This isn't something that we're talking about, oh, it would be great if we have this.
Done it,
and it has revolutionised our culture and our society. And we must not let it go. We cannot let it slide back to how it was.
We won't let it slip away. No. It means too much for too many people. The whole of Great Britain. We all use it. We all need it.
Yeah. Thank God for it.
Yes.